Good morning, all of you. Can you hear me? Somebody confirm my voice. Are you able to hear my voice? Sometimes there's a audio computer. So this is today's editorial. Has come in newspaper, Hindu newspaper. Losing stream on flattering economic recovery. Okay, on flattering economic recovery. Okay, so this is an editorial. So basically, our economy is in not only our economy, the entire world economy is in trouble. So that is the reason we are having this editorial in today's newspaper. Okay, so you can see this, right? Okay, losing stream on this one. So latest GDP numbers reflect flattening economic recovery, even as the Ukraine crisis highlighted risk. Okay, so there's a risk, upcoming risk is there. Just now we had a pandemic risk. Now we have a risk of Ukraine war. Okay, who can tell me what will be the Ukraine war risk on Indian economy? On Indian economy, what are the risk and war? Who can tell me? Come on. So risk. See, already we have gone through the pandemic. Now there is a more risk is coming. Okay. Now Indian economy is not in good shape. All these are there. The latest national income estimates released by NSO. So who releases the national income estimates? It is an NSO. This itself is one prelims question. Okay. This itself is one prelims question. Who releases national income estimates? Okay, has sparked growth hope from 9.2 to 8.9. Okay, 8.9 is what we're expecting the growth to be compared to 6.6. Okay, the numbers are not required. Just you keep in mind that growth is coming down. Growth is coming down. Growth is coming down. That is what you have to remember. Okay. Now look at this. After the pandemic, after the second wave, third wave, okay, when economy returned to the growth zone after two quarters of sharp contraction, that means we had a contraction, means we have a negative economic growth. How many of you can believe that India had a negative economic growth? India had a negative economic growth. India had a negative economic growth. India had a negative economic growth. Negative economic growth. Okay, now we have a positive. We have come to a positive, but still the nowhere before. See how many of you can imagine that we had 10% growth and all in GDP. Okay, so that and all has come down. GDP projected only compared to 4.1 recorded only. Construction sector actually contracted. Infrastructure spending was expected to revive. Okay, now this is the government. What government has done for this? The infrastructure push they are doing. Okay, write down in the budget allocation also the infrastructure. They're increasing the infrastructure allocation. They're increasing the infrastructure allocation. Infrastructure allocation they are increasing. They're increasing the infrastructure allocation. Okay, so because of the infrastructure we are having high allocation, what will happen? It will put money into the hands of the public. It will put money into the hands of the public, which will create demand. Okay, it will create demand. Please write down this is basics. Okay, demand. It will create growth opportunity. Okay, growth opportunity will be there. Okay, manufacture was affected. Okay, construction affected. Okay, see, festive boom. See, India is a land of festivals, right? So every time when the festivals are coming, what happens is we have more demand. Okay, particularly for jewelries, then utensils, lot of items people do, and grand wedding. Okay, we spend a lot of money on the wedding part. Okay, all this creates demand. Okay, so right on the culture. So if this can be a question like how the Indian culture is creating economic activity. That can be a good question. Culture of India is creating economic activity. Okay, but it is creating economic demand. Okay. The largely contracted intensive segment of trade, hospitality, transport, commercial services sector. Hospitality is suffered a lot. Transportation suffered a lot. Okay. Hospitality means hotels and all. Hotels and all not able to accommodate. Okay. Then even now, actually, today's news says that government of Maharashtra is allowing 100% capacity in cinemas and all. So that is one thing which is opening up. Okay, opening up of trade, okay, is happening now. At the same time, during the pandemic and all, we had, okay, languish well below the pre-pandemic. Now we have not achieved that level of pre-pandemic level. Okay, that we have not achieved, but still we are better than the pandemic level. Write down this word, better than the pandemic level. Oil price will increase. Very good, Arun. Okay, oil price is increasing. Because oil price is increasing, what happens is we are going to have a imported inflation. This was I was telling in the other class also. We are going to have what India is going to face is an imported inflation. India is going to face. Okay, two things. Okay, we are going to have a higher commodity price. Okay, we are going to have higher commodity price. We are going to have higher commodity price. The second thing is we are going to have a crude oil increase. Crude oil increase will create inflation in India. Okay, crude oil will create inflation in India. Are you able to see what I am writing in red color? Okay, the sectors critical for jobs are still in trouble. Okay, that you write down. Please write down. The sectors which are critical for job creation, they are still in problem. They are still in problem. Okay, that is because of private consumption is staying below the pre-pandemic level. Right? The private consumption is staying below the pandemic level. Okay, people are not buying. Okay, people are not still buying. Okay, there's a higher retail inflation is there. Okay, in retail inflation, past 6 is very important because overall the RBI as well as government has agreed that we will have a inflation maximum of 6%. In fact, it is 4% plus or minus 2. Please write down. This is what the target for RBI. 4% plus or minus 2. 4% plus or minus 2. Okay, 4% plus or minus 2. Okay, this is what the target for the RBI, but now it is 6%. So it is in a dangerous zone. Okay, and sharp retail fuel price hike is there. Okay, after the assembly election. See, because they are waiting for the assembly election to be over. If the prices increased, then the ruling party will not get the vote. Na? So they are not increasing. So we are expecting sharp rise in the fuel price. Okay, it is almost touching $120 per barrel. Okay, $120 per barrel is very huge. Then core sector output in January and things and all, manufacturing job losses in February. So basically they are giving a picture what kind of economy we are facing now. We are having economy which is in a very turmoil, very problematic. Okay, please write down this. Suggest that these pieces of recovery puzzle will not be fixed in a hurry. Okay, we cannot fix the economy in a near term. Okay, economy is going through a very dangerous zone, you can say. Okay, so first we had a COVID-19 pandemic, then we had a Omicron variant. Okay, then this one, this is very important. I don't know how many of you will understand. What do you mean by this word? Who can explain me this? Okay, large central bank moves to tightening the liquidity faster than expected. What do you mean by this word? What do you mean by this word? Who can tell me? What do you mean by this word? What do you mean by this word? Large central banks move to tighten liquidity faster than expected. उसका मतलब क्या है? What is the meaning for this? Nobody want to tell me, isn't it? Okay, it means that the Central Bank of America, okay, Federal Reserve, or commonly we call the Fed Reserve, okay, or Federal Reserve, they are going to increase the interest rate. Okay, that is what. So tightening liquidity means they are going to reduce the payment, reduce the availability of cash in the economy. Central bank increasing interest rate to the reduce inflation. Okay, not necessarily inflation, but generally it means that we are going to increase the interest rate and lessen the liquidity. The availability of cash in the economy will be reduced. They are here referring to the Central Bank of America, which is the Federal Reserve. They are referring to Federal Reserve. They are referring to Federal Reserve. Okay, so large central bank. So it is only India which is dovish. Write down this word. The word is dovish. Dovish means we are not hawkish. Okay, hawkish means where the central bank will look for increasing the interest rate. Okay, dovish means you are reducing the interest or you are maintaining the interest rate. That is known as dovish. So India is dovish. Indian central bank is dovish. RBI is dovish. Whereas if you go to the Central Bank of America or any of the other countries, it is hawkish. Okay, they are going for hawkish. Understood. Now, why they are doing it? One is the soaring inflation. The US has got very high inflation. Then oil prices increasing. Because oil prices increasing, then more inflation we are expecting. Okay. Then financial sectors has to be improved, and moreover, write down US economy is strengthening. Please write down that US economy is strengthening. US economy is strengthening. US economy is strengthening. Okay, because US economy is strengthening, they don't want easy money now. Okay, easy money, see, always the easy money is given whenever economy is in problem. When the economy is in good shape, okay, when the economy is in good shape, that time you no need any kind of economic boost. Economic boost is not required. Economic boost is not required. Then up comes the Ukraine crisis. Ukraine crisis has added problem for India. One is the economic problem. India is going to have inflation. India is going to one good advantage is there. Okay, one thing I don't know whether any editorial is talking about. Food price is going to increase. Okay, the cereals, okay, wheat price may increase. It is good or bad for India? Wheat price increasing is good or bad for India? Who can tell me? Asha, can you tell me? Arun Kumar. RBI has not done it so far as to assert the growth. Yes, correct. And the Indian Central Bank has not increased. They are not saying at all. They are not talking about increasing the interest rate. I'm saying because Ukraine as well as Russia both are coming under the steppe kind of climate. That is a grassland used for what? Used for wheat cultivation, and both may not be able to export because of the problem. Okay, the food price, particularly the wheat price, is going to increase, and because wheat price is going to increase, it is good for India or bad for India? That's what I want to know. Nobody's answering. It is good for India. India can export more food grains to the world, okay, rest of the world. Okay, Okay, when the food price is increasing, it is good for India because India is an exporting country. Food grains exporting country. Please note that point. India is a food exporting country, and because of that, we may have an advantage of higher wheat price. Okay, and internally we will not have a problem because we are having MSP and we are a wheat producing country, and thereby we will be not having any problem with the food. But certain things, soya beans, okay, or for example edible oil, there may be an increase in the price of the edible oil that will affect India. Okay, please write an essay, not essay, 150 words, the impact of Ukraine crisis on India. Okay, please write it and send me the impact of Ukraine crisis in India. Apart from gearing up for the preempt imported inflation. Okay, this is what word. Please look at this. This is where, okay, I just now I told imported inflation. It is there in the newspaper. Follow my classes properly. Okay, imported inflation. The government needs to extend greater policy support. Government needs to preferably going beyond credit guarantee offers to sectors still to doldrums. Still, the sectors still in doldrums mean the sectors are not improving. It also needs to great extent the energy to ensure its grand infrastructure spending plans to get off the ground faster to the salutary effect of the whatever it is there or not. Economy, the multi-layer uncertainty that fine. So basically, the editorial is asking the government to do something, not just give the guarantee scheme. You need to give something else also. In reality, out-of-pocket spending is required. I don't know the word. The government need to do out-of-pocket spending. Out-of-pocket spending. Okay, guys. So write that question. The question is the impact of impact of Ukraine crisis on India. India, not just Indian economy, in India. Okay, so you can go for other sectors as well. Okay, with this we are winding up the session. Okay, see you then. Bye bye.